Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Monday, September the 9th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings scheduled for this afternoon. The defendants are present in the courtroom. They have been sworn. First case we're going to call is C4100-24-E, State of Texas versus Diego Barrios. Speak English, Mr. Barrios?
Yes, sir.
Stand up right there in front. Carlos Garza, this is your motion.
Yes, sir. Judge, he's a
Proceed.
20-year-old U.S. citizen, and he lives in Alamo, being charged with drugs. It looked like there's some misdemeanors.
Jasmine.
Pardon me?
I think somebody had the mic on. Go ahead.
It appears that he's got some motions to revoke out of misdemeanors. I'll take care of those first, but he got picked up on a possession of less than 5 pounds and more than 4 ounces, and manufactured delivery, and everything that goes with that. So I don't believe he's ever been to prison. He might have some priors, but it doesn't look that serious. It's not it's a nonviolent crime. I think the bond is set at $8,000. I'm not sure, and Mr. Tijerina could help us out with that. But we're asking for a small cash assured.
I see the bond set at 2,000 each.
2,000 each, or that'd make it 8,000 then, Judge. He hasn't been able to make that.
Judge, I mean, that's already pretty low as it is. I'm seeing a total bond of 7,000, but I mean, he's out on bond and he's picking up a first-degree felony, 5 to 99 years of life, Judge. I mean, it's already low as enough.
He was out of, I'm sorry, excuse me.
I mean, he's on probation.
He's
correct.
on, he was not on bond.
No, he's out on probation, Judge. I mean, he's on probation. He's picking up new cases.
Whatever consideration is appreciated, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, I see 3 counts at $2,000 cash surety each.
And it looks like we're talking about 76 cartridges of those THC pens.
Yeah, it looks like vape pens and some other items. How old are you, sir? You have a job? When was the last time you worked?
Like 8 months ago, 9 months ago,
Were you working?
at a warehouse.
Are you on probation right now?
I don't know, nothing.
On my assignment sheet, I've got, he's got 3 revocations.
Yeah, it shows 100 count boxes of cannabis vapes. Who do you live with, sir?
Home in my brother,
What city?
Alamo.
On your motion, you've got 2 cases before the court, Carlos.
The one that.
The possession,
Yes,
hold
sir.
on, I'm talking.
It's not the
Possession-
revocations, it's the new charges.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's only two cases
Right.
on your motion, the possession and the Mandel, and they're both at $2,000 cash surety.
That's pretty good. I think I could take it up with the misdemeanor court. It's County Court 1. Let's see if I can contact them, get him in there so I can get some kind of bond reduction from them.
And those are set at 500 apiece, the 2 misdemeanor cases.
Yada.
I mean, they look,
Mr. Barrios,
They
you
look-
can't get out with the bonds you've got right now?
have you tried to make bonds, sir?
Yeah, but I don't have money right now.
Family doesn't have money to get you out? I'm talking about $800, $900. About $800 or $900 to get you out on bond. You know, your family can't afford that? Have you spoken to your family?
I spoke one, but I don't talk to him a lot of times.
Can't understand what you're saying.
And I've spoken once, but I haven't talked to him a lot of times.
You're out on bond right now for some charges, correct? Are you out on bond? Were you out on bond for some other charges?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave them as is, Carlos. I mean, they're pretty low as they are. And
I
he's out on
understand.
bond on some other charges already.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Bond will remain the same on these charges.
Thank you, Judge.
I think you have another one, don't you?
Yes, I do. Orlando Ramirez.
Call C. 4075-24-F, State of Texas versus Orlando Ramirez. ¿No habla inglés, verdad, señor? Just go slowly, Carlos, so they can do the translation.
Okay. Judge, Mr. Ramirez is accused of smuggling of persons. He's 20, he will be 24, well, no, he's 24 years old. He's from Mexico. Probably has a nice hold.
Yeah, he does have a nice home.
He has one child, 3 months old, from Veracruz. Doesn't have anybody over here on this side. I think his bond is set at 5,000. He's not going to be able to get out with that. He's already made some phone calls, at least that's what he informed me of. We're asking for a PR bond. Although ICE may have him, he can still get a PR bond off of ICE. And that's what we're asking for.
What says the state?
Judge, the state opposes any bond reduction or any PR bond. There's an ICE hold in this case, and I mean, you're looking at possibly smuggling 5 different individuals in this particular location in Bellevue.
Mr. Ramirez, do you have family in Hidalgo County? How long have you been in the United States?
En general, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva aquí? Desde el 21 de octubre que me agarra. October 21st?
The day he was arrested?
Yes.
You understand that there's an immigration hold on your case? Which means if you do make bond, you will be released to immigration authorities. You understand that?
Yes.
Bond will be reduced to $3,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Carlos. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next case we're gonna call is C 4006-24-H, State of Texas versus Brandon Burton. English correct, Mr. Burton? Reggie Richardson, this is your motion, client's present. You may
It
proceed.
is. Thank you, Your Honor. This is a allegation of a sex crime. The information that I've been able to gather, at least up to now, is that my understanding is that the child in question does not live in the same household. It seems to be a non-blood niece. I think it's by marriage. And there seems to be some discord among extended family members that, you know, may call into question what these allegations are. Judge, I don't think my client has any kind of history with regard to certainly these types of allegations. And so I'm asking Judge for a PR bond in this case. I'm not sure where the bases are for the $250,000 bond that was initially set. And I don't have a problem with my client answering questions restricted to his ability to appear in court in the future and any other pertinent details that the court may want to inquire about.
What says the state?
Judge, the state would oppose any type of bond reduction, and just due to the nature and circumstances of what we're alleging, which is I believe, aggravated sexual assault of a child younger than 14. At least talking about 15 different occasions where, I mean, I know this is an allegation that this is like the victim's ex-girlfriend's child, and that he's putting his fingers and fingers in vagina, tongue in vagina. I mean, Judge, there's the nature and circumstances of the case.
And again, Judge, they're allegations at this time, and whether my client can appear in court and whether he's any kind of future danger, there is no evidence other than the allegations, Your Honor.
And Judge, we would make a plea to this protection of the community and protection of the victim in this case.
Troy,
The
did you
alleged-
see any prior, hang on just a minute, Rich. Did you see any priors on this individual? I didn't see anything on Odyssey.
No priors in this county.
Anything from out of state or out of county?
Checking that.
Mr. Burton, how old are you, sir?
36,
Where do you live, sir? What city?
7-1,
How long have you lived in San Juan?
for the better part of 10 going on 10+ years.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I work with my wife's father in construction
How long have you been doing that?
for the better part of 2 years.
How long?
2 years.
You ever been arrested in this state or any other state?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's what my client has represented, Your Honor, and I don't know that the state has any contradicting information.
Hang on just a minute. Do
Okay,
you,
Judge.
do you, own or rent in San Juan?
Right.
Apartment under your lien?
I got it through trouble.
Or that you have no contact with the alleged victims?
Right.
Or the victims' families? So don't text them, don't call them, don't drive by their house or anything of the sort. Do you understand that? Bond will be reduced to $25,000 cash surety.
So my client,
No con-
I'm sorry, just so my client understands that that's about $2,500 más o menos, or more or less, that would be needed.
And Judge,
Bondsmen usually take 10 to 15%, so contact the bondsman, see what you can negotiate with them.
and Judge, there was no contact with the victim?
No contact with the victim or the victim's families.
All right, and also children and also any children.
I ju-
Do you have children, sir?
Yes. Yes. I have.
Your children, your biological children? Okay. I'm gonna order that he not have contact with his children. They live with you?
Yes.
Yeah, we just need no contact with the victim or the victim's family.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Rich?
No, Judge, that's all I have. Might be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case we're gonna call is C 4050-24-C, State of Texas versus Omar Duran. No le address, ¿verdad, señor?
Good afternoon,
Calixto.
Judge. Calixto Villarreal,
Good
Judge. I just filed a non-suit on this matter, Judge. I've talked to Annalise. We are in the process of resolving this matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he does have an ISO also. So you're gonna file a
Yes,
non-suit?
We did, Judge. It's just filed within the last 20 minutes or so.
Um, Mr. Duran, your attorney is going to dismiss this case. He's negotiating with the prosecutor on your case to resolve it to some other matter. Okay? All right.
Por el momento,
He'll speak to you at a later time today or this week.
abogado.
Thank you, Mr. Villarreal.
Thank you, Judge.
Go ahead and have a seat. Toma asiento. Next case we're gonna call is C 4110-24-8, State of Texas versus Fernando Canchola. You speak
Good afternoon,
English,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Canchola?
I'm Carlos Quintana for Mr. Canchola. He's a Spanish speaker.
In English or Spanish? Spanish, okay. Mr. Quintana, all right. You may proceed, sir.
Your Honor,
Still
Mr. Canchola has 9 charges that I can see here. And these charges arise as a result of the sale of some automobiles. And it appears to be that Mr. Canchola places orders for people for automobiles, and then they get delivered to his place in Donna. And then it turns out that the clients may be unhappy with the automobiles and they make a claim for the money back. And additionally, there was an accident involving a transport vehicle that damaged some of the vehicles, and the customers are demanding the money back. And this is the result of all these charges, 9 of them. Now, and the first one is a $20,000 cash surety bond on the theft of property, 25 under 30. And we're asking that be reduced to 1,000 cash surety. Number 2, that set of $50,000 cash surety, basically the same amount of alleged in the charge. And we're asking that amount be reduced to 5,000 cash surety. The same argument for number 3 and the same argument for number 4, given that they are the same amount. With respect to charge number 5, that bond was set at 15,000 cash surety, and we're asking that one be set at 2,000 cash surety. And then charge 6, 7, 8, and 9, we're asking that the court consider a $500 PR bond on number 6, a $500 PR bond on number 7, a $1,000 bond, PR bond on number 8, and a PR bond on number 9 of $1,000. That's our request. Mr. Canchola has been in custody since August the 7th of this year.
What says the state?
Judge, just looking at the nature of how many different cases we're looking at, say would oppose any bond reduction. And I mean, there's a history of deaths also stemming from 2012, 2020, 2021, 2022. I mean, it's just the history in itself, Judge.
I see 6 open felony charges. Is that correct? Are those rebels or they're open felonies?
They're open felonies, Your Honor.
34 CR 3452 22E, CR 3456 22E, CR 3466 22E, 3470 22E, and 4990 22E.
I mean, Judge, I believe there's a history of scamming people. I think that's what we had looked at. I don't have the details of all those previous cases, but you know,
They're all open though, right? They're still pending?
Yeah.
Mr. Canchola, are you a U.S. citizen, sir? I didn't see an ice hold on him.
He's a resident, Your Honor.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard him, but I didn't see an ice hold. That's why the documentation showed that he was born in Mexico, though. That's why I was asking. You have a job, sir?
Yes.
What do you do? Where do you work?
Tengo una compañía de camiones. A truck company. Afortunadamente lo accidente que me pasó se me volteó un camión con esos carros. Es el problema que tengo. The truck just had an accident and the cars from the truck got damaged. That's the problem.
What city do you live in, sir?
Yo vivo en Donna, Texas. Donna.
Carlos, do you represent him on all those other felony cases?
No, Your Honor, I just been appointed to these cases.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll reduce, 9 different charges. I'll reduce each one to $5,000 cash surety. Numbers 1 through 9, I'll reduce them to $5,000 cash surety.
Yes, Your Honor.
9, so amount of $45,000 cash surety total. Anything else on this case, Carlos?
That's all we have, Your Honor. Thanks for your consideration.
All right, take care. Toma asiento, señor.
He's only asking about the holes that he has in other.
There might be some other holes I saw on there from, was there some other agencies that had hold on him?
The same ones that are in Tijuana.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have more.
I don't know if they've got more charges to bring against you or not, but they're still showing some holes.
Ellos no van a cobrar. O sea, por el momento, con el condado son lo único que tienen. No tenemos control sobre los demás.
All right, buena suerte. Next case we're gonna call is C 4093-24-C, State of Texas versus David Cabrera. Speak English, Mr. Cabrera. Good afternoon, Lily. He speaks English, you may proceed.
Yes, he does, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is a 23-year-old young man who is a United States citizen, has all his ties are here to the Rio Grande Valley. His parents have been at every hearing that he's had on his misdemeanor cases. I was able to secure PR bonds on his 2 misdemeanor cases that have already been filed. We are before this honorable court on a possession of controlled substance. He has a $15,000 bond on that, and we are asking for possible PR bond on this one as well. He does have a requirement of a drug patch in the PR bonds in his misdemeanor case. I believe that he will make all future appearances and he's not a flight risk.
This is the state.
And considering all that, state's in agreement to reduce his bond to 1,000 cash surety.
Mr. Cabrera, do you have a job, sir?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
Water breaker right now.
Who do you live with?
My mom, dad, and my sister.
What city?
McCown.
How old are you?
23.
Want to order monthly UAs? You're gonna get drug tested, sir, by probation while you're out, waiting for these cases to get resolved. They'll call you in to go in and get drug tested. If you come back positive, you're gonna come back to jail, you understand? No drugs, no alcohol while you're out on bond.
Yes, sir.
Bond will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. It's about $200 to get you out. All right. Anything else, Lily?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Have a seat.
May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Next case we're gonna call is C 4099-24-E, State of Texas versus Sergio Garcia. You speak English, Mr. Garcia? Mr. McPherson?
Yes, sir. Judge, this is my case. He does speak English. He's from Edinburgh. He's a United States citizen. He's approximately 28 years of age. His mother has been trying to get him out of jail. The bond is too high for her. He's got several other cases that we have reasonable bonds on, so we didn't make them part of this writ. We just filed the writ on the theft of property where the bond is. It's a third-degree felony. It's 10,000 cash as surety. We would ask for $1,000 cash as surety. She's still going to have to come up with bonds for other cases also.
Okay, what says the state?
Which is this one? Sorry.
Sergio Garcia, C4099-24-E.
Judge states that no bond reduction verification of incarceration was filed on this because the defendant had previously bonded out and picked up a new offense, a Class A assault.
You have a job, sir? Mr. Garcia, do you work?
Dogs.
Sorry?
I breed dogs. I work in construction.
Who do you live with?
I was living with my wife, but I'm going back to my apartment.
How old are you?
24.
24.
28, my bad.
I said 48, so you don't look 48. Currently out on bond, correct? You were out on bond? The vehicle was recovered, correct? Bond will be reduced to order monthly UAs. Same thing I told the other gentleman, you're gonna be drug tested. Better stay clean. You come back dirty, you're gonna come back to jail. Is that understood? Bond will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. Anything else, Mr. McPherson?
Well, Judge, I'm standing in for Noreta Morales Martinez whenever you're ready for that case.
Okay, no problem. Give me a second. Yeah, actually, didn't bring Mr. Espinosa in. We're gonna call C4020-24-F, State of Texas versus Jesse Espinosa. They didn't bring, transported from Willacy today. I don't know if you want to wait and can we get him here tomorrow maybe, or you want to go ahead and just argue it?
He's not here. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they, for some reason, they didn't transport him from Willacy. You can set him up for
Well-
tomorrow, or you can argue whatever you choose.
I know she told me she was trying a capital murder case, so that's gonna run on for quite some time. So when could we hear this case?
Do it tomorrow, or we already set up the list for tomorrow, right? It would have to be Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday. Let's do Thursday.
Okay,
Thursday at 2:00.
Thursday at 2:00. We'll send out a new notice. That'll be 9, 10, 11, 12, 12th.
And that's on Jesse Espinosa.
That's correct.
Okay. That'll work good. That's all I have, Judge.
You want us to send the notice to you or to Nereda? We'll send it to both.
Yes, that's what I'd recommend. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. The next case we're gonna call is C3965-24-F, State of Texas versus Steve Adam. You speak English, Mr. Adam?
Yes, sir, I do.
Chris Cavazos is your motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, we're here on felony 2 possession of controlled substance. His bond is currently set at 2,000 cash as surety. He's 54 years old, Judge. He's homeless. He's been calling my office repeatedly about a bond reduction. He's been in custody about a month. He's telling me he's got a Social Security appointment he needs to make on the 13th of this month. So respectfully, Judge, we're asking for a PR bond in this case.
What says the state?
Judge, I say with opposing the bond reduction, it's already pretty low, 2,000. I think that's fair and reasonable.
Mr. Hada, do you have a place where you receive mail, sir?
My post office is expired. I received mail in my city. She lives in Mississippi. And she would have already paid my bond if she was able to afford it.
What's gonna happen? The reason I'm asking is because the court's gonna send notice. And you need to have a place to send notice for you to show up to court. If you don't have an address, they're gonna.
I'll be at the Fish and Lowe's, in Harlingen.
You don't have any family members here in Hidalgo County?
There's one, I have her phone number,
I
but
need an address.
my address is gonna be at Lowe's and Fisher's in Harlingen. That's where I'll be residing when I get out, at Lowe's and Fisher's in Harlingen. I've been doing volunteer work, at Lowe's and Fisher's.
Cameron County, isn't it?
Sir,
That's in Cameron County, isn't it?
Cameron,
Fish and Lowe's, where is that? It's in Harlingen, it's in Cameron County.
and I go to Tropical in Edinburgh. Edinburgh would be a good, address also as well, besides the shelter. I don't know if the shelter will.
Where in Edinburgh?
It's off the expressway.
Yeah, but they're not
Tropical.
gonna receive mail for you, sir.
No, I'm saying that's where I'll be going from the shelter from time to time.
But you're not staying there, you're just going there for treatment, correct?
Yes, sir. They're gonna help me get a place after I get out from the shelter.
Man.
That's what, the appointment,
You have a mobile phone?
it's in the pawn shop, sir.
I don't get a hold of this guy, Chris, if he gets out.
That's been my issue, Judge. I was reluctant to file the writ. However, him and his sister continued to call my office on repeated days. So I just went ahead and filed it, Judge. I had the same concerns. I feel the bond is reasonable. It just, he's not able to make it, Judge.
Judge, 14 prior arrests. We got convictions for assault public servant, burglary, habitation, criminal trespass, forgery, Mandel, possession of marijuana, and theft. The
Are you on
past,
probation
1
right
year.
now, sir?
No, sir.
Answer my question. I'm not asking you for a story. I'm just,
No, sir.
not on probation. Are you parole right now?
No, sir, I'm not.
The issue we have, sir, is you need to receive notice from the court. If you don't have an address where they can send that notice, there's no way of getting a hold of you. You don't have a phone, you don't have an address.
My sister's address.
Okay,
She
what I'm gonna do is I'll allow you an opportunity if your attorney or you can get a hold of your sister and get an address. And if they can provide that address to the jail here so that when you get out, they'll send a notice to her and she has to notify you to show up to court. But until that time, there's no way to ensure that you're gonna show up to court. So at this time, I want to leave the bond as is. If you can get a hold of your sister and have her provide the attorney or the jail, actually preferably the jail, an address where they can send notice to you, then we'll consider giving you a PR bond. But at this point, there's no way to ensure that you will show up to court without receiving notice. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. The last time I was here, I got out on PR bond under the
Well,
circumstances. And
things have changed right now because I need to know where you're gonna be in order to send notice. So bond will stay the same at $2,000 cash surety. If you can have your sister contact the jail, give them a correct address, or they can send notice to you, we'll reconsider and possibly give you a PR bond.
And how long of a period would that take once I'm approved for a PR bond? Once I'm able to get a notice mailed to the address. But with my
If you're out on bond, I don't know how long it'll take to give you notice, but if I grant you a PR bond, I mean, you can get out within 24 hours. But we need to have an address where to send that notice to.
Or a PR bond?
Yeah.
My sister's address is efficient.
If you're saying that she'll give you notice when they send her the letter, that's fine with me, as long as they have somebody, all right?
That'll be fine.
All right.
Yes.
Anything else, Chris?
Judge, do you want to set it for a status in a couple days, just in case?
We can set it for next week. Next Monday.
My appointment's on the 13th, this Friday, coming Friday.
All right, we can set it for Thursday, which would be the 12th. At 2:00.
Thank you, Judge.
That
May I be
work?
excused?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Jay, thanks for your help. Or Troy,
Troy.
I'm sorry.
Have a good day, Judge.
You have a good one too.